memorialize his life in the history books of our state. And so I would like to present the family with a resolution from the state of Tennessee. You can bring it over here. Thank you, Jamal. So I'm going to read this out because I don't think we've quite enumerated all of his accomplishments during his time, so I want to make sure that everybody knows what kind of man we're talking about today. Whereas we are greatly saddened to learn of the untimely passing of Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. of Memphis. And whereas Memphis rap legend Adolph Thornton, known professionally as Young Dolph, was an exemplary gentleman and consummate professional who worked assiduously to improve the quality of life for his fellow citizens in numerous capacities. And whereas born on July 27, 1985 in Chicago, Illinois, Mr. Thornton was raised primarily by his grandmother in South Memphis from 4 years of age. He attended Hamilton High School as a teenager. And whereas Young Dolph began his music career in 2008 when he released his first mixtape, Paper Route Campaign. 2 years later, he formally established his independent record label, Paper Route Empire, and subsequently released Welcome to Dolph World. And whereas with the release of his mixtapes, High Class Street Music Episode 2 in 2011, Young Dolph began to develop his own rap flow, shifting away from a style similar to widely known Memphis rap acts 3 6 Mafia and 8 Ball and MJG, into a personal style described as vociferous with a magnetic delivery and uniquely deep voice. And whereas Young Dolph's star continued to rise, and in 2016 he was featured on OT Genesis' hit double platinum single Cut It, and later that year released his debut album King of Memphis under Paper Route Empire. As his popularity increased, he received offers from major label record deals, but he turned them down, preferring to stay independent. And whereas in 2018, Young Dolph signed a distribution deal with Empire Distribution, and in July 2019, in a joint venture between Paper Route Empire and Empire Distribution, he collaborated with Key Glock on the album Dumb and Dumber, which peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200, earning each of the artists his first top 10 album. And whereas during the COVID-19 pandemic, Young Dolph released the single Sunshine amid rumors of his retirement from music, he also released edited album covers of previous releases on streaming services to feature individuals wearing surgical masks to highlight and address the global pandemic. And on August 14, 2020, he released his 7th album, Rich Slave, which was the highest charting album, peaking at number 4 on the Billboard 200. And whereas in addition to his successful career as a musician, Young Dolph was known in his hometown for his philanthropy. He donated $50,000 to his alma mater and gave motivational speeches to their students on the regular. He held Mother's Day brunches for domestic violence victims and substance abusers, and contributed yearly to the Tennessee Arts Academy Foundation. Whereas he also donated and delivered Thanksgiving turkeys across the city of Memphis, including Hickory Hill, Westwood, and South Memphis, including Lemoyne Gardens and Castelia, and visited the patients and staff of West Clinic to acknowledge the beautiful work they do. He also hosted the annual Back to School Block Party, where he donated school supplies and backpacks to the youth. And whereas Adolph Thornton was deeply devoted to his family, and he always endeavored to remain true to family values of the highest order. And whereas he leaves to mourn his memory his 2 children, Adolph Thornton III and Aria Thornton, and his partner Jameer Jardine, as well as a host of adoring fans, extensive family, his PRE team, and the rest of the world. And whereas Mr. Thornton leaves behind an indelible legacy of integrity, probity, compassion, and loyalty in his life, and diligence and dedication in all of his chosen endeavors, and where it is fitting that we should remember the bountiful life of such an exceptional human being, now therefore, I, Randy McNally, Speaker of the Senate of the 112th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, in conjunction with Senator Katrina Robinson and the undersigned, do hereby proclaim that we honor the memory of Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., reflecting fondly upon his impeccable character, his loyal commitment to living the examined life with courage and conviction. We express our sympathy and offer our condolences to the family of Mr. Thornton, proclaimed in Nashville, Tennessee on this 18th day of November 2021. I would like to present this to you, Jameer. But in true Dolph fashion, we don't stop there. It's truly a shame that we continue to lose our young black men to gun violence. As fulfilling as it is to be able to reminisce on how talented and exceptional a man Dolph was, it physically pains me to stand here and talk to you about yet another person we have lost due to senseless violence in this city. How much tragedy do we have to experience before we collectively decide that enough is enough and that we have to do something? So I'm calling on all of our elected officials, including our mayor, our law enforcement, community leaders, school leaders, and the community, to really come together to formulate a realistic plan that we can all execute together to stop all of this violence, because our city deserves better. Our children deserve better. Dolph deserves better. We all want Dolph's legacy to be marked by service, by loyalty, and by commitment to our community, reaching back to elevate those around us. So at the request of the Paper Route team and his beloved Aunt Rita, November 17th will now officially be designated as the Adolph Young Dolph Thornton Jr. Day of Service. And not only will we do this in Tennessee through legislation, that means that young Dolph has his own day of service on November 17th, just like Martin Luther King has his own day of service on January 17th. And to those who don't understand how we can name a day of service after this young man, I don't have anything to say. Dolph was one of those people. I've talked to so many people on this team and so many people from his family. He was one of those people who will meet you where you are. Whatever needs you had, he would meet you where you are. He would pull you away from the people that he was traveling with just so he could have a one-on-one conversation with you and show you the respect and the dignity that you deserve by approaching him. And I feel like with our youth, one of the things we need to do is meet them where they are. We need them to understand that they're not killers, but they are kings. Just like Dolph understood that he was a king. And so November 17th will serve as that day where we engage those youth in order for them to give back to their community just as Dolph did. And not only in Tennessee, but special shout out to State Representative Erica Thomas in Georgia. The state of Georgia will also recognize November 17th as Adolph Thornton Day. To Mia, to Aunt Rita, to the rest of the family, we are praying for you. We will be here for you in whatever time of need that you have. We know that this is a difficult time in talking to both the management team and the family, so I want you to know that we are all here, and I want to acknowledge our elected officials as well who showed up today too. Councilman J.B. Smiley is here. I saw Councilman Mikhail Lauer, and of course our beloved Mayor forever, W.W. Harrington. Family, you can call us at any time. Thank you.
Welcome to Dolph'S. We're coming to Memphis, Tennessee.
Everybody, if you feel sad about my dad dying, I'm gonna let you know that everything will be fine, because if you don't know, then I will know that I will become a great man, because my heart is like my dad.